Hello everyone, happy Monday and welcome to your weekly download. This is for the week of July 10th through the 16th, and that should span from Monday through Sunday. As always, this consists of 3 parts, and it's also for all signs. The 3 parts of this reading are as follows. The first part is basically the blessings and the blocks for the week. That's going to show you what to embrace and what to avoid. The second part of the reading will consist of 7 cards and 1 for each day of the week. And the very end of the reading is going to be your specific information. I know a lot of you wonder, how is this going to apply to all of us? Well, we're all experiencing the energy of the week together, and you have the monthlies as your main sort of map. This is your compass that's going to keep you on path. Now, the very end of it, I'm going to separate by elements. There's 4 elements: earth, air, water, fire. And within each of those elements, there are 3 signs. And so basically, I will announce each of the signs in there, and you can listen to your sun, your rising, and your moon, and get the information that you need. There'll just be one message for each element, but this is a nice, concise way for you to get all the information you need and for me to still do this on a weekly basis. Okay, I won't have to do this sort of from week to week, but I just want to kind of organize it because there were a lot of questions. Now let's get into the fun part, which is to see what's coming through for this week. Let's take a look at the blessing card for the week. This is going to be what you want to embrace. Will help set you up for the most success overall this week. All right, your blessing card this week is flowers. And the flower card is about maintaining growth. You'll notice there's a subtext here, or a second meaning, which says fickle, which is saying think in long terms. Don't think about doing something with a short-term gain. I really want you to think about what you value in your life, particularly relationships that you've invested a lot of energy into. Because when I see flowers, I have a green thumb, I like to grow a lot of flowers. They take forever sometimes to grow. You'll notice that I have amaryllises that have long since bloomed, but in the summer months I leave them, I keep them growing so that they can get energy. So basically for like 3 or 5 months a year, it's nothing but sunlight going in there. Then you let them go dormant, then they come back. So relationships are the same way. There are seasons, and there are also there are requirements for relationships to grow, to bloom. So I want you not to let go of what you're trying to accomplish with the relationship. So if it's a love relationship, be patient. Keep putting energy into it. If it's a work relationship, the same is true. And if you're noticing right now that it kind of feels like a desert in your relationships, then it's time to open up space in your heart, in your life, in your house, etc. And again, with the fickle, it kind of goes across the board. Don't make any sort of in-the-moment decisions that you know that are going to make you happy now, but might sacrifice something that you've been working a long time for. So basically, I want you to really embrace the fact that positive growth has happened, since this is the blessing card, and don't let something small take you off of that beautiful path that you've created. Now let's look at the block card, and this usually shows something that you're struggling with. So your block or blockage this week is conditioning. And the thing with this card is you really don't want to allow other people's points of view to cloud your own sort of intuition, your own knowledge. It's okay to stand out from the crowd. Leaders, good leaders, often stand out. So just be true to yourself and try to, when appropriate, sort of ignore the conditioning that happens in so often in corporate world, sometimes in cultures or in our own family. Each lifetime we step forward and we try to become a little bit more than we were before, and some of that involves breaking away from the expectations of those in our life. All right, let's now take a look at the forecast for the week, starting with the 5 weekdays and including Saturday and Sunday. Okay, so Monday is a day of basically getting as far as you possibly can with any of the tasks at hand. Whenever I see the 9 of Wands, it's a card of qualification, it's a card of completion, near completion, but it's also a card where you have to really roll up your sleeves and get in the middle of things. So if you're a manager, this is a day where you have to basically take a lot of time and maybe work alongside with your coworkers or your direct reports. If you're in a relationship, this is about not basically expecting the other partner to do all the work. This is a day where you're going to have to sometimes pick up the slack. The only thing that I see with this card is to not let people take you for granted or take advantage of you. It's a card of being qualified, sometimes overqualified, and part of that is blending in. So if you need help, ask for help, but otherwise know that you're tracking very well, you're doing a great job, and this is going to set you off in a really great place for the rest of the week. As we look at Tuesday, we have the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands, even in the reverse state, is quite good. This is about other people being interested in what you have to say, what you have to sell. Also, you being very positively viewed and very, very few negatives. The reversal here is saying don't doubt yourself, and don't be afraid to work in a team and share the kind of like all of the spoils, all of the great stuff together as a team. It's going to make you look good no matter what. When we're looking at Wednesday, there's a little bit of exhaustion that sets in. We have the Ace of Wands in reverse, showing, again, a dip in energy. Also, a little bit of challenge when it comes to mental fatigue too. So when we were looking at, conditioning, this is the week where people could actually, or this is the day of the week where people could actually get the better of you. So I want you to stay strong, but try to avoid arguments on Wednesday. It would be better to just sort of like take note of things, say, you know what, I'm going to take that under consideration, or why don't we talk tomorrow? Let's put time on my calendar. I really want to give this the time that it needs. Just basically defer a little bit, and I think you'll be successful. What you can do effectively on Wednesday is make sure that you are meditating, you're resting. This is a good day for those of you that are doing any sort of self-care, whether it's just taking a bubble bath for yourself or an Epsom salt bath or getting a massage or acupuncture. Do something for your body and your mind that's going to help you relax and help you release. Thursday is very, very good. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Great day to deal with anything related to finances, work, also any sort of large purchases or dealing with things in your house. All good. The other thing, this is a great day if you want to tell someone what you feel, what you want. It's a good day to propose new ideas or even to propose on. Basically, fertility is ruling that day because of this card, so take advantage of it, embrace it, and kind of approach the day with the sky's the limit. As we look at Friday, we have the Eight of Swords here, which is saying really you don't want to be afraid of what you don't know, so ask questions. The card was reversed, which is saying that really this is more of an illusion on Friday. So this is a day to not give in to fear, to not listen to other people's gossip. You really want to get to the heart of the matter, okay? So the more information you have, the less likely you are to operate from a place of fear, and the less likely you are to be manipulated. Again, with the conditioning card, you want to focus on growth, on positivity, on nurturing, and so step away from these either these areas of your life that are evoking fear or people in your life that are also invoking that. So on the weekend, we have a really wonderful card to start it off with, the Eight of Pentacles. This is showing that Saturday by far is the best day to start new plans and also do something that you love, whether it's arts, crafts, research, reading, something that basically is going to take your mind and expand it. So even for those of you that might go to school, this is a great day to do homework or to go deeper in your studies. So don't be afraid to get some work done, even though it's a day of rest. It's going to feel fun and you're actually going to get a lot done. We had a very similar message, if not the exact card, last week. So interesting how productivity spikes on the weekends. For Sunday, we have Justice. Justice is a card of really focusing on what is right in your life. We talked about the Flowers card. I think this is the day where this one makes the most sense because you have both sides of the scales here. You have growth and positivity, and then you have this fickle ability here. So stay balanced. And if there's anything in your life where you feel like, I can't take this anymore or whatever, I want you to take a step back and think, what is this adding or what is this subtracting from my life? Because decisions that you make on Sunday can be far-reaching, and you just want to make sure that you're completely not only just fair in how you approach them, but you're comfortable with the long-term effects that this could have. So now let's expand the forecast and take a look at each element and see what the information is for each element. We'll start with fire. Fire includes Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So for those 3 signs, your information is basically with the 6 of Pentacles to make smart decisions, to limit your resources when you need to say no, to put boundaries up in your life. But also it's a general note that you have what you need. It's a card of having more than enough, just as long as you spend wisely and continue to build on the strengths that you've already sort of nurtured in your life. So it's a good week for fire signs. Just make sure that you use that magical word no, and also make sure that you know what's important. It's all about prioritization. Okay, so let's take a look at the element of Earth. Earth includes Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Earth signs, your message is to focus on love. We have the lovers here. This is about partnerships. It's about not being afraid to be the first one to say, I care about you, I appreciate you, thank you. And so the card was reversed, which is again saying, step outside of your comfort zone. Say what you mean, don't wait for others to say it. Let's now take a look at air signs, including Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And your message this week is to release issues of control. We have the Empress in reverse, and this is saying don't feel like you have to control everything. Allow other people in your life to take leadership positions. Sometimes air signs have a tendency to just sort of step in because they understand everything. They know how things can be done, and it's sort of that way of thinking, if I don't do it, it's never going to get done, or it won't get done the right way. This is actually setting up codependencies, so your message this week, all air signs, is to allow other people to do their job and to focus on basically managing your own affairs. The Empress is basically in control of her life, so just take care of yourself and don't try to fix everyone else. And now for water signs, including Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Your message this week is about building. This basically really ties in nicely to the flowers card we talked about. This is similar to what you would see in the Thoth deck, where I think it's called Works on that one, but basically this is about setting up growth. And even if you don't have what you want, you're getting closer to what you need. And that's your message for this week, is to just to continue to invest time, love, energy in all aspects of your life, whether it's your health, your relationships, or your checkbook. Okay? If anyone even uses checkbooks anymore. So let's summarize. I forgot to summarize last week, and I'm going to do my best to sum everything up. Your blessing for the week is to basically continue to focus on what is growing and what is working, not to let the little things take you off path. That's why we have fickle there. Your challenge this week, your obstacle or your block, is to try to go against the conditioning. It's so easy to sort of just feel like everyone wants me to do this, I'll just do this. But if your intuition is saying you deserve something different or you have to do something different, then follow that. On Monday, again, focusing on basically being happy and celebrating the progress that you've made, and not being afraid to roll up your sleeves and get in the middle of something. You're having very positive energy, putting you in a good light on Tuesday. Wednesday being the day of self-care. Thursday being a day when it's all about maximizing money, growth. This includes spiritual growth. Anything that you put energy into, it returns quite nicely. Cutting your losses, walking away from arguments, and really focusing on not getting into a fear mentality, because this card basically is all about fear. You let fear go, and then in that space you actually have the ability to regain your sort of like sanity and strength again. The weekend is very productive. Saturday in particular is a good day to sit down, do arts and crafts, do research, do reading, whatever you need to. On Sunday, just mind what you say, mind your decision-making process, because anything that you do can be very, very, very powerful on this day. So only say something if you really mean it, and only sign a paper if you're absolutely ready to do so. When we expanded it out for the element of fire, it's about limits in your life, knowing when to say no, and to celebrate the fact that you're building. And you have more than enough as long as you continue to budget well. Very good week for earth signs, good for relationships across the board. Don't be afraid to reach out and say I love you, or to help someone. It's about being unconditional and about not expecting anything in return. For air signs, this is a week when it's better to focus inward. I don't always say to sort of be like selfish or self-focused, but I think it's actually quite good for air signs this week to focus on self-improvement. Particularly your weekend days, these are great cards for air signs. Justice in particular for Libras, and this for, you combine the two and I really feel like you're going to get a lot of work done. Good time for writing, painting, doing anything that's expressive. And then finally for water, you're making good strides, but you're not seeing everything just yet. It's like planting a seed or a bulb or a plant. It's small to begin with, but the capacity for growth is sort of like limitless. So embrace that potential, not the small reality of the moment. Okay? I hope this was helpful and that you are enjoying the new weekly readings that I'm doing. If you'd like to kind of stay in touch and know when the new readings are being posted, of course you could just subscribe to the channel and also opt into notifications, the little bell icon, or you can sign up for my newsletter, which is on my website. If you visit my website, you can also see all of the social networks that I'm on, including Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And if you'd like to schedule an appointment, you can do so there as well. Otherwise, I want to say thank you. Your support and donations from week to week really help make this all possible. So from my heart to yours, have a great week. Wishing you much love and abundance. Take care. Bye-bye.